After looking at the game film from Monday, anything new pop out to you? Anything you learned?
No, I was just real pleased with our guys' effort. Obviously disappointed in the result. I think it's going to be a really good, or already has been a really good teaching tool for us, especially for me. Just kind of shoring up some areas that we need to be better in. I think on the positive side, the encouraging side, when you look at it, Adam, we gave up 15 offensive rebounds, had 18 turnovers. They shot 3 times as many free throws as us, 30 attempts, and it's a one-possession game on the road in the SEC with a minute to play. So I'm excited about the areas of growth that we have for this team.
Where do you think you have grown since the beginning of the season?
I think our offensive execution's been better without the turnovers, take away the turnovers. But I think as far as screening, executing offensively, there's been improvement there. Transition defense, we had a couple breakdowns that really hurt us on Monday night, but we've made improvements in that area as well. But we still, long way to go. It's very early.
Of Ja's 10 turnovers against Alabama, maybe it's hard to pinpoint or gauge. How many of them were him trying to hit the home run, and how many were them, credit to Alabama because they made a great play?
I think for us, I've got to do a better job getting our offensive spacing the way it needs to be, putting him in the right positions at times so we can clean up some of those turnovers. I don't want to do anything to take away from his aggressiveness or our team's aggressiveness. So I think that's an area you'll see a lot of improvement as we move forward.
Alabama's defense, pretty special at a lot of different positions, especially because of size. Was there a question in your mind at the end of the game that maybe a second option in scoring just never showed up, or do you feel like a second option's coming in later games, or was that Alabama just taking everything away?
I think they're a really good team. I love our team. I think we have plenty of scoring options. I think we got to get better, like every team in the country here 4 games in. But I said it at halftime. We're not a one-man team. Ja is an unbelievable talent, and the best thing about him is he makes everyone around him better. But we consistently we didn't make some shots. We turned the ball over too much on Monday. But I'm not worried about our scoring at any position.
The publicity that you got from the game, particularly Ja's dunk being one of the plays of the day on ESPN, does that kind of thing help with recruiting?
I would probably have to ask the assistants because I don't watch any of that stuff, so I don't know. But I would think it would with the special player that he is, with the national attention that he's going to gain from his play, from some of the highlight type plays that he's made already this season. A triple-double on Saturday night. I think all of those things are great from not only a recruiting standpoint, but for our basketball program. I feel like we have a national brand with Murray State basketball, with the tradition and the history of success and championships here. And I think it's great for our university. I think it's great publicity, not only for the university, but for Murray, Kentucky, and what a special program we have here.
Through these couple of games, Ja has said the right things after the loss on Monday, talking about he just wished that you guys would have gotten a win no matter how many points he scored. Do you feel like, though, he's played like he has something to prove because there's so much expectations for him?
No, I don't think so. I think he's just playing. And I want him to play and I want him to work on a daily basis to become the absolute best player he can be. Just like that's the same standard for every player. I want them to max out and become the best player they can be. I think, all the internet stuff, the highlight, all that stuff's great for the hype. But, Ja's about the substance, very humble, hardworking, wants to win. I don't think that's any soundbite that he's giving. I think that's who he is, and I think that's who we are as a team.
Breon, I felt like on Monday had one of his better games that he's had in a while. He had a couple of putbacks and things like that. Just talk about how he's developed for you guys and how important he is.
I think he's playing really well, Adam. I had 8 rebounds in our previous game. I thought he's been very, very good defensively for us. I thought he had some outstanding passes that created some easy scoring opportunities for us on Monday night. He hit a 15-foot jumper from the elbow that he's put a lot of time in on working at. So I'm excited. I think he's really dialed in. He's very focused right now. Quite frankly, that focus wasn't there a month and a half ago. I think he's really dialed into his senior year, and I think it's showing not only on the game floor but in practice as well.
The rest of your post play, I know early against Alabama, Ja found 2 or 3 what I would have considered easy access dimes into the post. Guys like Anthony, Darnell kind of struggle to put that back up. Is that a teaching tool to tell those guys moving forward against bigger post players to finish those plays?
I mean, I think they wanted to finish them. Yeah. You know, they just, you know, we had some good opportunities there. We didn't complete. Guards missed some finishes around the goal as well. I thought there were some terrific possessions of execution, and those are plays we got to make. I think we will moving forward. I think a lot of it, again, I said after the game, I got to give a lot of credit to Alabama. Great size, length, and athleticism, especially at the 3, 4, and 5 positions. And I thought they made it really difficult on us to finish around the basket. There were some teaching points on the film that we were able to go over and some things we were able to work on in practice to improve our ability to finish around the basket. And so I expect us to make those corrections moving forward. But again, also, I don't want to take away, some of them were just terrific defensive plays.
Can you talk about making that transition now to take on Prairie View on Saturday?
Yeah, I told our guys they're 100 times better than what their record shows. I know they're 1-6. They've been in every single game. I think they have a really good team. They are relentless. They get after you defensively. They're top 50 in the country forcing turnovers, which has obviously been a weakness of ours through our first 3 Division I games here. And they have an elite scorer in Gary Blackston. They have a pick and pop 4-man who's very skilled, and Devontae Patterson, who presents some problems offensively as well. And they've been in every game. I mean, Friday night they were tied with Georgia Tech, 5 minutes to go. They were up 12 late at UNC Greensboro, who's favored to win the Southern Conference. So it's going to be a great test for us. They're really, really good defensively.
Advanced statistics have been incorporated into your box scores this year. What do you think of advanced statistics? Is there any particular one that you like or dislike?
Which are the advanced ones that have gone into ours?
Drawn, plus, minus.
Yeah. I don't focus in as much on those couple. I do look at a lot of the analytical data. Okay. Like some of the ones that are concerning to me right now are the fact that we're turning the ball over 1 out of every 4 possessions. Our turnover rate's 25%, and we need to get that down in the 16 to 18% range. I think the national average is 19%. So that's what I told our guys. It's an amazing thing about Monday night's game, Will. I mean, we literally 1 out of every 3 possessions, we either turned the ball over or got our shot blocked. And we scored 72 points, and we're in a 1-possession game on the road in the SEC. So as we get better in those areas, that's those are all correctable areas that excite me about our team. But I think for us to get back to your question, turnover rate, offensive and defensive rebounding percentages, I think are critical. Effective field goal percentage is the key stat. And then I think the final one would be your ability to get to the free throw line and keep your opponent off the free throw line. And so all of those I just listed were pretty negative on Monday, and we're still right there with an opportunity to win. So excited about the potential that we have if we'll stay focused on continuing to get better.
How do you fix the turnover issue?
Yeah, I'm going to bench Ja. I mean, every time he turns it over, he's coming out.